It's a pleasure for me being here. And before delivering you my short presentation, I would like to present myself, because many of you must be asking, what is that guy doing up there? My name is José A Gutiérrez. I'm 73 years old, so I'm in the middle of the question. And I'm not here because of that. Just a couple of years ago, half a dozen of scientists in Spain decided to found Fundación Gadea. I don't know where's the pointer. Here it is, Fundación Gadea. Well, Fundación Gadea, for those that doesn't know us, is an organization that joins together 300 scientists of Spain, all the fields of knowledge, top qualifiers, all of them, and our mission, our goal, is to foster, to push science development in Spain. We are just beginning. We have been, assembling for these 1.5 years, and I hope you'll hear about us a lot in the next months and years. Around 6 months or 8 ago, Ana Maria and Rafa called us, because Ana Maria is one of those 300 scientists joining in our foundation, and asked us to help them to organize this meeting. The response was, of course, positive for a lot of reasons, not because we are an organization dealing specifically with aging, but because aging has a lot of coincidences with all the 12 areas of knowledge among where the 300 scientists in Fundación Gadea are assigned. See? So that's the reasons to be here right now. And of course, my presentation will not have much to do or much with the laboratory, but mainly with the social aspects of aging and demography. We think from foundation, and of course, I think that everybody will compart this feeling that demography must be one of the most important problems for nations right now and in the future. So, here. So this is me, just forget it. These are the speakers that are gonna follow me in this session. Thomas Kirkwood, Islene Araujo de Carvalho, and Anne Henry. We'll have time enough, and maybe most of you know about them already. What are we? What I want to deliver to you? What I want to deliver to you is that the future of getting older is not a bad thing. Anyway, this means that we are living an unprecedented demographic change that deals with the distribution of scales of population all through the world. And this has a lot of implications, as we'll see later. Just as an example, remember that in early 20th century, about 4% of United States population was over 65. By 1950, the figure was 8%. Today it's 13%. and by 2030, it's expected to reach 20%. By these same dates, Germans, in 3 Germans or Japanese, and 2 of 5 Spanish or French will be 65 or over. Well, I will try to convey a hopeful and optimistic message about these things because I think that getting older, the population may have also great benefits, which I believe and I expect will far outweigh the costs. And for starting, I take a look to the engines of this demographic change. As you all know, the first of these vectors is longevity. We just live more than our predecessors. The second one is the retreat of those who led to the population explosion, the baby boomers. A third, and I think it's a principal one, is birth bust. We are not being able to replace ourselves, and this is what I think is a main problem. A fourth component might be biomedical innovation. By example, vaccines and antibiotics avoiding communicable diseases have prolonged life expectancy, or among the causes of the birth failure, the appearance of the pill was absolutely significant. For the first time, full control allowed full control of fertility to female. The photo over there, I think it's nice to see it. This is the photo of the Premio Nacional de Natalidad. In Spain, many years ago, that photo is from 1969. Each year, a national trophy or national premio, award for natality was delivered. This one in the picture had 19 sons and daughters. Right now, we are not even being able to compensate the defunctions. Well, what are the implications of this? What does this age wave mean for societies? Should we maintain a defensive and frightened attitude about this, or can we be otherwise optimistic? It's clear that everybody wants to live longer. Well, almost everyone. But we are facing the end of the world we knew. Are we reaching a different world? Is really economic conventional concern justified? The ones that justify this talk about, well, increased disease burden and disabilities because we live more time. More years of life, that means more spending in terms of pensions and other social coverage. And the question is, who will pay for this and how? New charges through taxes, is this a solution? I'm not quite sure. Otherwise, I believe that this is not the solution, because who will pay taxes if natality keeps as it's going? Just think in 30 or 40 years, más adelante? Later, okay? Facts, in 1960, there were 17 active workers to provide for one retirement. By this time, we are living, the figures are 3-1. And by 2030, they will be only 2-1. And maybe in some countries as Europe or Japan, these facts or these figures are even worse. This means clearly that the change in intergenerational relationship is happening, is breaking up. So what is the answer? The conventional people, the people that think as always, situates their responses in containment of costs, mainly of social provisions, costs in healthcare, especially pharmaceutical spending. But from this point of view, even the new medical technologies are seen more as a problem than as a solution for these guys that I am addressing as conventional. But anyway, I consider this position is incorrect and incomplete. I believe that the future can be seen in another way, brighter and less conventional. A big challenge is in front of us, but it will also bring extraordinary benefits. Pessimists don't want to see how science and technology are changing the process of getting older. We've heard a lot about this this morning and yesterday. A key factor not considered is in conventional appreciation is a dramatic decline in disabilities. Among these, during the 1970s, the rate of disabled was around, in older than 65, of course, was around 45%. By the late 80s, rates fallen to 39, and today these rates are around 20%. So we can say that we have added years to our health period. Back again with the conventional view, they will just negate these facts and maintain the traditional stereotype of the old, physically and mentally decadent subject to the past and fearful of the future. In short, marked by entropy. But each day more, elders improve vitality, both mental and physical, and gain years of decay in different activities, dedicating them to different activities, such as reading, sports, cultivation of different hobbies, travel, etc. They use new information technologies and increase their knowledge. A new stage of life is arising, between which we call middle age, what we call middle-aged around the 50s, and that which today we must consider as old age, not before 75 or 80. And that's not because I'm 23. In fact, all the evidence points to a new type of older citizen, characterized not by entropy, but by energy. As you can see in these cartoons, as you can see in these cartoons, el cuerpo, body, begins function, less function in this period of life, beyond 70s. But today we can keep working and having a nice, enjoying life, okay? What I want to put in the table is that we are facing a new senior citizen. This new senior may turn out to be our best natural asset for these society changes. Economic growth needs ability to work. the economy will be impeded in its growth by labor shortages. Immigration can't be the only solution to this. At this point, where can the workers we need be? Well, what I think is today's and yesterday's labor masses that have a new expected health period due to the prolongation of the middle age, maybe is part of the solution, or maybe they're a part of the solution. Economics could employ a large number of highly skilled and experienced workers, people who could be able to work beyond the current retirement age. This is just a postulation here. Of course, I would like to see if this is maintainable 20 years from today. I'm sure yes. The growth of the age wave is virtually changing every component of society, and everybody will have to adapt to the new situation. But far from being in the face of a catastrophe, I believe that this change will act as an inducer of a creative destruction. This will be a tremendous stimulus for innovation, renewal, entrepreneurship, and economic growth, and we'll hear something about this in the next session. What is in the base of this is more free time and more resources availability in these people that will permit public and private pension systems to be reshaped, to develop in another way housing sector, to develop travel and tourism sectors, to develop also recreation and entertainment, and of course, at least what we expect is that our spectrum of cultural offering to be expanded beyond youth. We are the seniors, we are also here, and believe it or not, we are growing faster than any other sector of population. So, sectors that will be called upon to lead all these changes among these sectors, maybe the most important one will be the biomedical revolution. The new genomics and related disciplines, the development of new medicines and other biomedical technologies, such as diagnostics, imaging, medical devices, surgical practice. And the immediate consequences will be the unstoppable advance in our ability to diagnose, treat, and cure many diseases, and even predict and prevent them. As this growth, there is a resource-induced pumping to other sectors, such as chemical, machine, tool, laboratory equipment, computing, etc. And conversely, fundamental advances in biomedicines are finding new applications and producing parallel transformations in other key sectors, such as agriculture and food production, environmental control, scientific materials, and many others. So let's go, in short, to what someone has called, let's go to the new health economy. In the US, this sector is responsible, more or less, these are estimations, for up to 30% of GDP growth and nearly 45% of new jobs created. Production of goods and services to meet health requirements can act as the locomotive of the economy, as the equivalent of any other sector. The message of the age wave is that our society needs these goods and services, and that it will demand them more and more. Dealing with health services, there are some characteristics that, picture them. First of all, heterogeneity. The health systems are not the same in the Occidental countries that in the others, not even between the Occidental countries in all of them. Many European countries have built complex benefit systems under the slogan of welfare state that has to be paid, and in many parts are beginning to be considered as in crisis. Health services are a major part of these systems, and in general, the social benefits of any other country. The role of each country and that of supranational organizations is critical in this point to ensuring minimal standards of public health and progress. Older people can and should play an active role in these approaches. And that's what I wanted to deliver you. So I finish here and call Tom to go ahead.